Alright, y'all. Um, we get ready to peace out of here. I wanted to do basically a personal voice note for just my personal reasons, because I done shot like 3-4 videos as final cuts where I felt like I was saying something that I want to put up as purpose. But the other phone is not charging, the one that I do my voice notes on, so I'm just spilling it here. I'm not one to be able to talk to myself, just to talk, which I really wanted to, because I was like, man, I'm sitting here, I'm all in my head, because I think a lot, you know. Ever since I was a kid in like the second, third grade, maybe, those were one of the things that my teachers would tell my mom. You know, I'd be right there. They'd be like, yeah, Mom, he's a good kid, but he looks like he daydream a lot, you know? So, but that was my escape as a young kid, you know? Things were tough in Haiti. You know, one day you could go to school, the next day you can't because there's drama outside, you know? Or on your way to school, they're shooting and you still have to get to school. I mean, they started shooting, people diving under in a church. I mean, you're so close to the gunshots. And then after that, once everything clears out, everybody just get back to their normal proceedings. At the time, obviously, I didn't look at it that way, but I was escaping, you know. I'd be in class, but I'd be going in and out, though. You know. And the things that I would use to help me escape, it was beautiful. But unfortunately, whatever the teacher was teaching, like I said, I can't multitask. Like right now I'm driving and I'm talking. This is new, so that's why I couldn't like really talk with myself. And you know, I be seeing people doing things and talking with themselves, and there's points where they say, yo, people who talk with themselves are actual genius or something like that. But I thought it was important, and it has helped me in the past few months. Yeah, I mean, is that a fox? A fox in the middle of the street. So I started doing that, and I'm glad. I mean, it's been something that I look forward to now. You know, I can't wait to do it. It's like a hobby, you know. Now, sometimes I'm just saying anything that's foggy in my mind, but sometimes also that, especially when I do the video for YouTube, I have to actually organize my thoughts, right? I can't just put it out as a rough draft, which a lot of times that's why the voice notes is for. The voice notes are like the rough draft, the things that I don't quite understand, the things that I wouldn't want to be judged for thinking, but I'm saying it out loud. So either one of them, I look forward to doing it. Like I said, I thought my other phone was charging, and I was gonna put a piece together just for my personal, because I've been talking for over 50 minutes now, but unfortunately it did not. But I do have the car charged now. I'm going back to the facility. I'm gonna get my about 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and then take care of my business for the day, and then finish this week out. Before you know it, I'll be driving home with the week behind me, and I'm glad it's a pay week. I may have had a short week, at least one of them. I missed maybe one full day because I made up one on another day that I don't usually work. So, I left some hours on the table, but that's not really my focus. As long as it's a paycheck that came through, and I'm going to get busy this weekend, pretty much. Right? So, I got about 4 minutes. I didn't intend to make this a video, but since I feel like I'm organizing my thoughts more than usual, this could also be an uploaded piece. But I'm just trying to do my best to lift myself up, to find structure, and, fight my way to feeling whole again, or at least at some areas of life being able to bend life, bend life into my favor, into submission, into mercy. In just some areas, it doesn't have to be all areas, because if one thing I learned sometimes, you could always bite more than you could chew as a person, I'm here for experience. I need more experience. I'm open to more experience, but I never want to put myself out there as somebody who knows it all. Like, when I say that, I think of somebody like Donald Trump or something like that. He's probably been around a lot of people, but I would say, all right, he's not the typical politician guy until he said he wanted to do politics. Now, when he actually, I thought he was just gonna do the dance. Just run for president, have people talking, and maybe get to the, final voting and somebody who's actually been trying to be president. I forgot who he ran against that year, the first year, Hillary Clinton. Somebody who actually really wanted to be president, like their entire career, would actually win, but that's not what happened, right? And then Donald Trump was president, and the thoughts, like I said, that goes through my mind is like, man, you're not, you're not at least be like, wow, like I didn't actually think they were gonna, you know what I'm saying? So when I think that way, I'm like, yeah, sometimes you could bite more than you could chew, but obviously, maybe not Donald Trump, or maybe he does feel that way, but yet it happened and he has to steer the ship, because that happens in my life too. No matter how I feel, once the wheel is in my hand and I'm the only thing between, the ship sinking and surviving, guess what? You're gonna do your best to steer into shore or whatever. So yeah, sometimes, yes, I'm afraid to get that big jump, right? So I'll be like, oh, I'm glad that much, like whatever that helped me from even starting a YouTube channel. I'll be like, well, look at this person. They getting all this type of heat because they said one thing at the age of 23, but no one is giving them a chance that maybe they don't have the same thoughts that they had at 23 at 30. Which is my situation. I really realized that about myself. At 23, that might have been 2018. The ideas that I had to talk about on YouTube is, I would hold off on, like, sometimes just running your mouth is not, but obviously you got to get started. You can't always be shutting yourself down just because, oh, well, it's, whatever that's going on during the time right now. Like, you could literally use your channel for, you know, talking about certain things. Well, maybe not lose it, but, you know, get strikes, you know, be threatened and all that stuff. But anyways, I just never wanted to bite more than I could chew. I've always been a humble kid because of how I was raised. Well, not actually raised, but the consequences of just getting out of bounds. Like, I always kept that with me. So even at school, I behaved not because somebody was on me, but I was really, you know, I was really molded to do it that way. Now, deep down inside me, did I wanted to have fun, you know, just act up like the other kids, just letting my thing hang. Yeah, I wanted to, but more time I kept it tucked, man. I kept it tucked. So finally, you know, we got to this mature stage where I'm just putting myself out there and just see what sticks, see what happens. And you know, the more ahead I'm getting, the better it gets. So, not gonna make this too long. Another 10 minutes video. And please, if you made it this far, check out the other videos. Give them a chance. Eventually, if I'm talking about something that's not that interesting, just trust me. Eventually, something interesting was said. So I'm tired. I've been on the clock for about 12 hours and a half now. So be thankful that I'm here and I'm sharing with you. So please like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Peace.